All right, let's jump right into something that might be a little provocative. I want to talk about that feeling of heaviness, that low mood that so many of us immediately label as a spiritual test. What if? What if it's actually something else, something much more in our hands than we think?
You know the feeling I'm talking about, right? It's that weight in your chest, that cloud of anxiety that just hangs around. It feels so deep, so personal, and honestly, it's easy to feel completely lost in it.
And when that feeling hits, our spiritual instinct kicks in. The first thought is almost always, this has to be a test from Allah. This is my qadr, and my job is just to be patient and get through it. And that comes from a really good place.
But let's just press pause on that for a second. What if, for a lot of us, especially living the way we do today, that's not the whole story? What if we're actually misdiagnosing the problem from the very start?
Let me ask you something really, really simple. Forget the spiritual side for just a moment. When was the last time you actually physically moved your body? I mean, a real walk, a quick workout, anything that got your heart rate up.
Or how about this one? When was the last time you just stepped outside? No phone, no podcast, no distractions. Just you, the sky, and the air in your lungs. When was the last time you just breathed? You see, here's the thing. We've somehow normalized a life that is completely disconnected from our fitra, from the way we were designed. We spend hours and hours sitting, staring at screens, living indoors. This just isn't what our bodies and souls were built for.
And after living this sedentary, disconnected, screen-filled life, we then turn around and act surprised when we feel anxious and heavy and just blah. We're feeling the direct, totally predictable result of our daily habits.
And this brings us back to a core Islamic idea that we seem to have forgotten. In Islam, your body and your soul are not two separate things. They're one integrated system. They are deeply, deeply connected. What happens to one directly, and I mean directly, impacts the other.
And this is the perfect example of that principle in action. Just look at the Prophet's advice for when you feel anger, a powerful spiritual emotion. What's the fix? It's a physical protocol. First, sit down. Still angry? Lie down. Still there? Go make wudu with cool water. It's a physical solution for a spiritual problem.
But what do we do today? The exact opposite, right? We totally neglect our bodies. We eat junk, we don't move, we barely sleep, and then we get on our prayer mat and wonder why our hearts don't feel any peace. We have the whole equation completely backwards.
And this isn't a small thing. Allah tells us directly in the Quran not to do this. I mean, let that really sink in. This gradual self-destruction through a bad lifestyle, that's something we are literally warned against.
So this really cuts to the heart of it all. We tend to blame these huge abstract things on the left. Qadr, destiny, it's just a test. But so often the real hidden cause is right there on the right. The little choices we make that turn into daily habits that create our entire lifestyle.
And this is so important to understand. Yes, qadr is real, but not every single bad feeling or negative outcome is a direct, unavoidable decree from the heavens. A lot of our struggles are simply the sum total of our own daily choices. So where do you start? What's the actual solution? It's about changing your priority. Before you try to fix your soul with grand spiritual gestures, start with the basics. Fix your physical routine. Seriously, fix your sleep, fix what you eat, fix your screen time.
And it doesn't have to be some huge, overwhelming project. The path forward can start today with these 3 simple things. Just go outside for 10 minutes, move your body in some way, and for the love of God, put the phone down for a little while. That's it. Just start there.
So I want to leave you with this final thought, a different way of looking at all this. What if your heart isn't broken? What if your iman isn't weak? What if your soul is just suffocating under the weight of broken habits? Because if that's the case, there's amazing news. Habits can be changed, and you can start changing them right now.